All right, good Friday morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Jared Klein here at the NBC29 Digital Desk with a look at our morning rush for this Friday, March 17th. Let's take a look at the top stories you guys are clicking on over on NBC29.com. Coming in at number one, that big loss in Orlando yesterday, UVA falling to Furman 68-67 in the NCAA tournament. I promise this is the last I will mention this during this morning's morning rush. Coming in at number two, new produce added to the Dirty Dozen list. This has to do with pesticides. Go over to NBC29.com to see which produce made the list. And then at number three, 5 horses shot dead, 3 more injured on a Virginia property, according to deputies. All right, well, Charlottesville's top cop says there is some progress addressing gun violence in the city. Police Chief Michael Kochis says data, heat maps, adjusting deployment strategies, and working with the community has contributed to a 40% drop in shots fired calls over the past 30 days.
It's not time to spike the ball yet, but we have a lot of work to do, and that can change. So we need to keep working hard. Us with the community. The community's been doing a great job.
He says it's all about trying new and different strategies and continuing the strong partnerships with the Albemarle County Police Department as well as UVA Police. All right, well, a new UVA health study is helping young children with type 1 diabetes live healthier lives. The health system created a man-made pancreas in 2020 for adults and children 6 and older. It continuously monitors insulin. Now, researchers have found this can be most useful in children between 2 and 6 years old. This is because children in this age group cannot always indicate when they're feeling their insulin crash.
Pancreas that we tested in children is the exact same as the one that's now being used. What we actually found is that to some extent it is more efficacious for that population than for the older children and the adults.
The New England Journal of Medicine published these findings this week. We've got a link on our website over on NBC29.com. All right, well, an award-winning infectious disease doctor is working toward a new personal record. He's doing so with the help of his department at the University of Virginia Medical Center, but it has nothing to do with battling illness. NBC29's Madison McNamee has the story.
From the front lines of the pandemic to the finish lines of some of Charlottesville's toughest courses, these infectious disease experts are up for any challenge.
It's kind of surreal to see people that you work with every day to be out in athletic clothing and not in lab coats and just, let loose for a little bit.
They say they have a running fever.
Hopefully after the pandemic that's funny again. It certainly wasn't funny 2 years ago.
A slogan coined by a grad student a few years back. It's the motto for the infectious disease running group.
It's been kind of part of the spirit of the division.
It's a historic group at UVA Health.
For years and years, like some of the very senior professors who are now retired were all runners.
And a tradition that Dr. Bill Petrie keeps running.
I was kind of caught up by his enthusiasm, and I said I had to do it.
It helps graduate students.
Bill found out that I was a runner and pretty quickly recruited me.
Get to know physicians, fellows, and scientists in the department.
The roles and titles and levels of hierarchy don't matter when you're out running.
These award-winning doctors are striving for a new personal record at the Charlottesville 10-miler.
We've been comparing notes on our training by email. Greg just sent a picture with your twins in the running stroller.
Dr. Petrie starts recruiting a training group a year prior to the race.
When I was previously at Johns Hopkins and we was interviewed to come to UVA, Dr. Petrie picked me up from my hotel at 6 o'clock in the morning. And we go for a running with the headlamps. So for me, it was very clear that if we move to UVA, running is going to be part of my life.
Because Petrie says connections like this help everyone inside the medical center.
To get graduate students who are doing cutting edge science, working with physicians who are taking care of the patients with the illness, because you get those two people together, there's so much crosstalk and learning and understanding. And then, so informal things like this has helped to make that happen.
In Charlottesville, Madison McNamee, NBC29 News.
All right, thank you, Madison, for that great report there. As the weather warms up, we'll all be having an urge to go outside and enjoy the warm weather. So might as well run. A great way to get in shape. All right, here is a story that Dunkin fans are calling a tragedy. The chain's hot chocolate coffee combo, which is known as the Dunkachino, has been retired from the menu. That's right, there's been speculation on social media over the drink's fate. Now a Dunkin spokesperson has confirmed the news, although they noted there's always the chance it will return in the future. The popular drink was introduced back in 2000 and its frozen version debuted in 2015. That has also been discontinued. You know, I don't think I even knew that was on the menu, and now that it's off the menu, I kind of want to try it. So hopefully it comes back in the future so I can give it a shot. All right, well, we are expecting some warm weather for our St. Patrick's Day, a mild day, but parts of the radar may be turning a little green later on today. Here's meteorologist David Rogers with more.
Good morning, everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you. We are getting our day off to a pretty mild start with some overcast. After hitting 70 yesterday, we're starting out in the 40s and 50s this morning. Meanwhile, keep an eye to the sky. We've got a cold front off to our west. You can see some of the scattered showers from the Ohio Valley down to the eastern sections of the Tennessee Valley. This will be advancing across our area a little bit later today. Not anticipating a lot of rain, under 1/4 of an inch. By early tomorrow morning, it should have moved to our east, and we'll pick up a northwest wind. That should start to clear skies out for the weekend, although this weekend will start to turn a little cooler with temperatures Saturday in the mid-50s and colder conditions Sunday with temperatures in the upper 30s to mid-40s. Early next week, we'll start that warming trend, and keep in mind, spring officially arrives later in the day Monday. That's a quick look at your forecast for now. Have a great and safe weekend.
All right, thank you, David, as always. And here's a look at that Michael and Son heating 7-day forecast. Looks like a high of 65 today, and then cooling off this weekend a bit before the first day of spring that is coming on Monday. Hey, I hope you guys have a great St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon, and we're always live over on NBC29.com, as well as the NBC29 Facebook and YouTube pages.